to solve equations or inequalities with fractions, we choose to get rid of the denominators. So for example, the left-hand side here is the equation, which is the problem we talked about before the first exam, and the one on the right is today's topic, which is inequality, because it has a less than sign here. Because we want to get rid of the fractions, which means we need to get rid of 5, 10, 15, and same here, 5, 10, 15. So first of all, we're going to find the LCD, and we talk about how to look for LCM of 5, 10, and 15. And so we found out the LCD is 30, and same here, LCD is 30. And if you forgot, and go back to first week's class. And now we're going to multiply every term on both sides by 30. For the equations, we multiply every term on the left, the two terms on the left, multiply them by 30. There's one term on the right, we multiply by 30. For the inequality, we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So I put these two problems side by side. So on the homework, this week's homework, you only have to do solve the inequality, but I want you to compare the steps of solving inequality and the equation. You can see they are almost exact the same thing. So after we multiply both sides by 30, we're going to reduce. For example, because this 5 goes into the 30 6 times. So we're going to reduce this 5, and then we reduce 30 and put down 6 here. How we got 6? Because 30 divided by 5 is 6, and 5 divided by 5 is 1. So the bottom 1 can be omitted. Same thing here, because 10 goes into 30 3 times. So we reduce it, and we put a 3 here, and we do the same thing right here. So you can divide both numbers by 15 here, and so 15 divided by 15 is 1, and 30 divided by 15 is 2. So now we're going to multiply straight across. So in the first fraction, we have the top 6, because 30 is reduced down to 6. 6 times 3 is 18, and x we just bring down. And 3 times 7 is 21, and 2 times 4 is 8, and we bring down that x. And notice the bottom numbers all have been reduced down to 1. And anything divided by 1 itself. For example, 37 divided by 1, 3 times 7 is 21. 21 divided by 1 is 21. That's why all the bottom denominator 1s are omitted. And so for the one with the inequality, less than sign, you're going to be doing exactly the same thing. So you're going to end up exactly saying 18x plus 21, and then on the left, and 8x on the right, except we have a less than sign here. So next, we're going to get x by itself. And in both cases, again, we have x term on the left, x term on the right. So we need to get rid of one of the x terms, because the final answer should only have one single x term. So we can choose to get rid of either 8x or choose to get rid of 18x. So let's say if I choose to get rid of 8x, if I want to get rid of the 8x, I have to subtract 8x because it's positive 8x. There's a plus sign in front of 8x, which is omitted. So we're going to subtract 8x from both sides. For the equation, for the inequality, we're going to be doing the same thing. And now we're going to simplify. 18x minus 8x gives us 10x, and bring down that 21. And the right-hand side, 8x minus 8x is 0. Because 8 minus 8 is 0. 0x is just x. Anything times 0 is, 0x is just 0, because anything times 0 is 0. Same, we're going to do the same thing for the inequality. Now we're going to have, because we have a single letter x on the left-hand side, let's move 21 to the right-hand side. Or you can see you get rid of 21. So we subtract 21. And now we have 10x equals negative 21 for both the equation and the inequality. Now we're going to get rid of the number 10 in front of x, because the operation between 10x and x is multiplication. We're going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So we divide both sides by 10. For the inequality, if we divide both sides by a positive number, we don't need to flip the sign. So we're going to keep the sign as less than. Okay, now when I moved the minus sign and put it in front of the fraction because the negative divided by a positive is negative. And 21 and 10, they don't have anything in common. So this fraction is already reduced. So that's the final answer.